Number 91, Juha Palonen. Number 98, Kasper Burinen. And the team is coached by Mika Borg. Assistant coach Jake Nico Heimo. And team manager Rina Kaiso Oyala. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. For the team of Denmark. Christopher Dahl Hansen. Number 9, Alexander Elker Ibsen. Number 28, Alexander Pedersen. Number 31, Anders Berendt. Number 32, Danny Hilbrand Morgensen. Number 2, Katrin J. Jensen. Number 10, Nikolai Richardson. Number 22, Mats Larsen. With the number 69, Tim Dalsgaard Pedersen. And with the number 92, Simon Dottoy Kistersen. The team is coached by Rasmus Eder. Assistant coach René Tiverstedt Hilsen and team manager Annette Nielsen. For today's game, also please give a big round of applause to our referees, Michael Roche, Davor Matjasevich and Gerhard Mentz. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please, if you may stand up and enjoy the national anthem of Finland. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the national anthem of Denmark.
A very warm welcome, good morning everyone, here to Stadthalle in Sursee. We are about to get underway with today's proceedings. Denmark versus Finland, a game that has turned out to be slightly surprising for the group lead in Group B. Today's winner, all but certain to run away with the top finishing spot in Group B. Both teams well on their way towards the semi-finals, and after having beaten Germany yesterday, the Finnish beat Germany 6-3, and later in the day, our last game of last night, Denmark won 6-5 against that same German team after a very dramatic back and forth game. Both games actually were pretty fun and evenly matched. This then promises to be equally entertaining. And as the players are leaving the field after the national anthems, we get a sense of the starting lineups. No surprise for Denmark. In goal, Alexander Ibsen, Danny Mogensen, Anders Behrens, captain Christopher Dahl Hansen, and of course the big star of last night's game, Alexander Pedersen. The Finnish lineup, also absence of big surprises. We have captain and goalkeeper Atso Ahonen, who will make his way to half court to draw straws with Hansen. We have Sami Ojala and Jesse Mursu, the two handstick players. We have Petri Metikainen, as well as Anni Kielainen. One small detail to notice is that Christopher Hansen is wearing a neck brace for today's game. We saw last night that he, in the heat, struggled supporting his own head, and he has now elected to put this neck brace. Today's referees, Davor Matijasevic and Mikael Roche, are just about to get us underway. The Finns won the coin toss apparently and are about to get us going. A familiar pattern for those who have watched the Finns earlier in the tournament. Jesse Mursu will initiate the Finnish offense. Ojala, more of a finisher. He'll take on Hansen and Behrens though. Ojala caught in the boards, gets it back to Mursu, and the Finns start over. Mursu, it's all about seeking out the cracks in this very solid, narrow defending Danish team. Here goes Behrens for the first Danish possession. He'll surely leave it to Pedersen in a similar way. Pedersen will, from deep, try to make the opening pass. The Finns with shot from Behrens, save from Ahonen. Behrens corrals his own rebound, sends it back to Pedersen to get the Danes back in possession. Both teams faced Germany yesterday, as I mentioned, and the Germans sport a more active, more fluid defense, and so these two narrow, more compact defenses provide a completely different challenge to these two offenses. Beyond shot blocked by Metikainen in the goal area, and Ahonen will smother it for a Finnish goal ball, I'm pretty sure. We saw last night Alexander Pedersen of Denmark, number 28, with the green hand stick, dominate the game against the Germans with his outside shooting from long range. This compact Finnish defense doesn't allow for these long range shots. Ball almost turned over here, but Ahonen leaves his net, screens away. Christopher Hansen and Mursu can collect. These two teams, of course, know each other very, very well. Pass almost intercepted by Hansen. Falls to Ojala, who will pull it back. He takes on the Danish defense himself. Shot saved by Ibsen, and Pedersen with the rebound. Nice save there from the Danish goalkeeper. All the Finns have very powerful, precise shots. You will no doubt later see Kasper Voivonen be introduced to the game as well. He played very nicely against Germany yesterday. Pedersen searching. Very close now to the Finnish goal. He uncharacteristically fumbles it. And we have Anni Kirolainen with some sort of technical issue here. The Finnish bench will try and fix whatever is ailing Anni's chair. A 2-minute technical timeout has been awarded. The Finns have 2 minutes to fix the issue, or if they're unable to, make a substitution, and that's what they're going to end up doing here, I think. In comes Jasmi Ahonen, similar player to Kirolainen, a T-stick, of course. Both teams must have at least 2 T-sticks on the floor. Scorekeeper's table will just get the paperwork in order, and Ahonen can enter the field. So a free ball for Denmark here, very close to the Finnish goal. As Ahonen takes position. Pedersen is allowed to shoot directly off of this free ball if he wants to. He doesn't, instead he leaves it for Beyond. Beyond met by Mursu, Beyond just pulls it back. Ibsen and Beyond trying to get around Mursu. Pedersen. Ojala stretching across to cover off that corner. Pedersen with that. There it is! Pedersen, that golden left arm of his can snap the ball around so quickly through the tiniest of gaps. He gets by Metikainen, who almost looks surprised. I think goalkeeper Atso Ahonen would expect Metikainen to close off that near post. But the snap of Pedersen's left arm is just too much to handle. The Finns can't be too surprised. These two teams know each other very well. The Finns paid a visit to Denmark in the lead up to the tournament, and where the two teams played a number of scrimmage games, practice games against each other. So these two teams know each other extremely well. Can't be many surprises left in the toolbox for either coach. Ahonen dispossessed, gets it to Mursu though, and he will go back to building up. It's a little bit of a stalemate so far in terms of not creating a ton of chances. Really, we've only seen about one for each, if you can even call what Pedersen scored on a chance. Denmark now opens up the defense a little bit, a little bit of pressure. In a 2-2 formation. Mursu sends it wide to Ojala, but Pedersen is there. Berend also getting in. Mogensen. Mursu is in there. It's under Mogensen's chair, I think. Players are not allowed to sort of dig for the ball underneath Mogensen's chair. It's on him to move off of it. He does. Metikainen pokes it out. Ojala recovers. And the Finns reset. Interesting, the slight change in defensive approach for the Danes. It had been working fairly well with the compact formation, but just to change it up again, these two teams know each other so well that sometimes you need to do something unexpected to keep your opponents guessing. A shot from Ojala blocked by Pedersen, who will collect it, and it's a turnover. The Danes going back the other way. Pedersen looks up, looking for Berend. Pedersen. Ooh, the Finns need to be so careful. Shot, score. It's another brilliant shot by Pedersen. Spins around and on a dime, and just sort of spins the ball into the far corner. He will have a Finnish timeout here. They need to discuss things. They're still working on Kielainen's chair. Voivonen looks poised to enter the game instead of Ojala. The Finnish trying to change things up a bit here. Alexander Pedersen has punished that compact, deep alignment from the Finns. I think allowing Pedersen to get so close to the Finnish goal is a recipe for disaster. I think they will need to do what the Danes have done. Move out a little bit, bring a little bit of pressure to simply not allow Pedersen to do whatever he pleases.
Number 20, Samuel Jara, newly on the field, player number 98, Kasper Voringen.
So Voirinen takes the court for the Finns. He impressed mightily yesterday against the Germans. I was really impressed by his play. He takes that classic Finnish role of of the finisher off of Mursu's setups, but he flashed a little bit of extra ability, a little bit of dribbling, a little bit of ball control and creativity, giving the Finns another plan B, if you will, another option in their offense. Certainly someone the Danes have to be aware of at all times. Takes up position down the right-hand side now, Voidonen looking for the pass from Mursu. You see, now they changed it up. Mursu. Looked like there was going to be an opening behind Mogensen. Mursu thought better of it. Pulls it back out and starts over. But as mentioned earlier, opening this kind of defense is a completely different challenge to opening up the Germans yesterday, who brought much more pressure, a much more fluid style, and that came natural for the Finns. Yesterday they scored 6 times against the Germans. Tough defense by Pedersen, but Voidonen equally tough. Keeps the ball under control. Ooh, a little bit of a circus shot there. Mursu. The Danes, in a repeat of yesterday's game, completely comfortable sitting back and inviting Finnish pressure. Then by a snap of their fingers, pouncing on a loose ball and going for counterattacks. Mursu back to Voidonen. Ball initially won by Pedersen, but he fouled Mursu in the process. Mursu, nice move. Ooh. Tough tackle by Mogensen. The referees initially let the advantage play out, but now that the Finns weren't able to make anything of it, they will get their free ball right in front of the Danish goal. Always a tense situation. Mursu. Will be a nice pressure. Almost able to steal the ball there in a dangerous position. Mursu and Voidonen though combined to retain possession. Mursu with a bit of daylight, shut down by Mogensen. Mursu back to Voidonen. Nice pressure here from the Danes. Clearly whenever the Finns play the ball into wide areas. The Danes are swarming around them, trying to use the boards as an extra defender. Surround the Finns. They are retaining possession really well, the Finns, but not creating a ton of chances so far. If the Danes could get 28 more minutes of this, they'll be happy, winning 2-0. So this is very much a pattern the Danes are comfortable playing. There it is, Bernd with the steal. Oh, he gets by Mursu and he will score easily. One-on-one against Atsu Ahonen. The Finnish goalkeeper, not much he can do about this. To make Bernd with the steal, he gets around Mursu early on and nothing Ahonen can do. It was as if Mursu and Voiren, the moment they turned it over, they focused too hard on getting the ball back. Instead, they should probably have tried to just stop the progress of Bernd and force him to turn back. And Pedersen steals the ball. Interesting to see now if the Finnish bring a little more pressure. Basically the first time the Danes have had the ball in a sort of set offense situation since Vuorinen entered the game. Again, letting Pedersen get this close with no pressure on him it's a dangerous game to play. And you can tell the Danes are fine with... Oof. An ugly turnover here from Bernd. Vuorinen, can he find more? So he does. And it's 3-1. So the Danes getting a taste of their own medicine here. A quick counter-attack from the Finns. And the 1-2 point punch of Vuorinen and Mursu pulls one back for the Finns. Almost thought that stretching Mogensen had it covered. But Vuorinen threads the needle, passes it under Mogensen's stick and finds Mursu for an easy goal.
First goal for Finland is scored by player number 37, Jesse Mursu, assisted by number 98.
Turnover so costly in these games. With quick, dynamic players, they can turn a turnover into goal in the blink of an eye. Met by Metikainen, who leaves his front post. Pedersen, at any moment he can snap that left wrist of his, and Metikainen almost wins the ball for the Finns.
Finnish team out player number 37, Jesse Mursu, and you in the game, player number 88.
So we have a substitution away. I think the next time the play stops. Oof. Shot blocked, I think, by Mertikainen or saved by Ahonen. Tough to tell. So we get the substitution that was announced earlier. Out goes Muosu and in comes Elerica Itsumetsa, the Finnish veteran. She plays a similar style to Muosu, will be trying to initiate the offense, have the role of playmaker. Isometsa met by Hansen, who wins it. Not often do you see a T-stick player dispossess a quality H-stick player like this. Full play by Hansen. Pedersen, ooh, off the post and then saved by Ahonen. Very close. And again, his shot is so quick, there's almost no release on it. No pullback. Here he goes again. Voironen pressures him. And around the net and in through the kitchen door. He makes it 4-1 with about 3 minutes to go in this first half. Excuse me, 4-1. Substitution, Denmark. Out goes Pedersen and in comes Rigelsen. We've seen this from the Danes. They like to rest Pedersen and for a couple of minutes in each game to keep him fresh. This is an early morning game, and so the arena here is still relatively cool, although the Danish fans are doing their best to heat it up. Later in the day, as the later we get in the day, the temperature rises quite significantly, and late in the day the rest factor is even more important. Both for man and machine, these chairs have a inbuilt heat fuse that will blow. It will simply stop the chair dead in its tracks whenever the temperature gets too high. So that is something you also have to manage when you're coaching a team. Try to keep the chairs cool. It's a nice pass from Rigelsen to Beyond. Rebound in front. Ahonen. But Elerica Isometsa picks it up. Isometsa back the other way. She'll try to set up Voironen. Hansen. Very noticeable how the Danes are pouncing them immediately when the Finns play the ball into wide areas. Bringing multiple defenders, trying to surround their opponents. Voironen will try and attack the middle of the defense. Constant communication from Elerica Isometsa, making sure her teammates are on the same page. Have a slashing in front, which will force the Danes to pull back and defend the goal area arc here. Danes covering the corners well, helping out goalkeeper Ibsen. Now they have a hole in the middle here. Oh, blocked by Rigelsen. A little quick with the shot from Itsumetsa. Mogensen comes out with it. He'll leave it for Björn, and the Danes will build up. Voironen opportunistically goes for the steal. Ahonen, high pressure now from the Finns. And that ends the first half. So a pretty safe 4-1 lead from the Danes. We have seen the Finns able to score very quickly, so certainly not a safe lead, but definitely a comfortable margin so far. So we will, I will sit back and rest my voice a bit. It's a little hoarse here in the morning.
period.
Welcome back here to the second half. You just heard the buzzer go off there, and we are ready to go. Denmark then up 4-1. The Finns have made a substitution. They have put Kasper Voidonen back on the bench, and in comes Juha Palonen, who I believe makes his tournament debut. He didn't play, I think, against Germany yesterday. So you can see to Beyond around the net, and he just sends it way back to his own end so that he can start over. Just inviting a little pressure from the Finns. The Finns have left their extremely compact defensive position now. Brings a little more pressure with Palonen and Jasmi Ahonen. The Danes working hard in the screening game, trying to open up gaps for Rigersen to attack into. Ahonen does well though, staying free. Deep pass into the corner here from Beyond. Isometsa covers the corner. He sends it back. The Danes start over. Palonen high up the court, as does Ahonen. And this is something we have seen the Danes exploit when they get by the initial pressure of their opponents. We see Alexander Ibsen, the goalkeeper, taking an active role in the screening game here. Here goes Rigersen to Beyond, shot, score. Just what I was talking about, when the Danes are able to get by the initial line of pressure. They are clinical with their passing and finishing. In fact, the counter-attack was so quick that our cameras weren't quite able to keep pace with it. But it was a nice move by Rigersen to get free, and then a pinpoint pass right to Beyond, who with the backhand could finish behind Ahonen in the finish goal. So 5-1 Denmark. And, the Danes seem in control. Palonen now will do the playmaking. He leaves it to Ulrika. She topped the ball there. It's a bit of a misfire. Nicholson working that backhand. Shot just wide. Palonen's shot hits his own teammate, I think, Jasmi Ahonen, with the unfortunate block. And back to Rigelsen. The Danes are trying to set up a long pass between Rigelsen and Behrend. Oops. A lot of contact here with Hansen. And Hansen receives a yellow card booking. That's a 2-minute suspension. Meanwhile, we have Palonen on the floor. Finnish officials rushing to his aid, and some of the medical staff here as well. Knowing Palonen will be all right, it's always a bit shocking when you flip over your chair like that. I'm afraid I didn't catch what happened in the moment there, but clearly referee Matijasevic saw it and has sent off Christopher Hansen. So the first sending off we've seen in this tournament. And it'll be interesting to see how the Danes handle this. They are now one man down for at least 2 minutes. Should the Finns score off of this, that would end the suspension. You see Hansen there taking his spot alongside the scorer's table. We'll get a Finnish substitution, I think. Palonen will get a moment to collect himself. In comes... He actually leaves the court now and leaves the arena to go back to the dressing room. I hope he's all right, that nothing too serious happened to him here. It's always a risk of hitting your head on the floor, and the Finns electing to go with Sami Ojala instead of Palonen. Ojala now with a golden opportunity to get one back on the Danes. Ojala searching. He's got a corner here on Ibsen. Goes for it again, Ibsen. Just able to keep it out. Of course, when you man down like the Danes right now, you run out of players to cover off the corners. Ibsen does well here. Receives attaboy from his teammate Behrend. The Danes now will try to kill this penalty, to use a phrase from ice hockey. Does well to get Anders Behrend out into space, away from the Finnish pressure. You see Ibsen again very active in the screening game, trying to make up for that one-man deficit. Rigelsen around Ahonen. Ojala goes for the steal. Rigelsen sends it back. Mogensen covers it off. Behrend now. The Finns must get back in possession soon to make this advantage count. And now a little too much contact in front of the net between Mätikainen and Mogensen. Mätikainen wins his team a free ball. Now we'll get a substitution. Voirinen comes in for Itzometsa.
Substitution in the Finnish team.
Of shooting now on the court for Finland. must capitalize on this to stay in this game. There's only about 14 minutes left, and facing a 4-goal deficit. They need all the help they can get. The Danes sitting deep. They were forced to... Ooh, shot from Voidonen. Blocked, I think, by Mogensen. Ibsen now with a save. And we have another goal ball. Great job by the Danes. Killing this penalty. Ibsen sit around with it for as long as he can. Sends it up to Bernd, but the pass little inaccurate. Mogensen wins it from Metikainen. Mogensen through on goal. Oof, blocked by Voidonen. And the Finns take over. On the counter-attack here, semi-counter-attack. Voidonen. And now Hansen is back. And the Danes successfully killed this suspension. Penalty kill was successful. Hansen immediately commits a foul as he re-enters the game, and Matijasevic has just about had enough of him. And now Bernd in on goal. Oh, nice job by Ahonen. Almost making Bernd hesitate, and by the end the angle got too shallow, and Bernd brought back the ball, sent it back to his teammates. Metikainen now to Voidonen. Shot and a save by Ibsen. Oh, Bernd against Voidonen. Bernd wins it. Met by Ojala. Called for a foul. He in trying to retain the ball, he spun around and ended up ramming right into Ojala. A change here, Hansen out, in with Simon Christensen. I think Hansen maybe was in further disciplinary trouble. So the Danish coach Rasmus Uller decides to better be safe, bring in Christensen, and not risk any more suspension or from any more suspensions for Hansen, who was walking right up to the line. Ojala. About 10 minutes left. It's just about to be closing time now for the Finns. They need to create something. To be fair, a loss here for the Finns would not be the end of the world. They set themselves up nicely by beating Germany yesterday. They set themselves up by beating the Australians in this group, and if they could beat the Spanish as well, they would almost certainly go through to the semifinals. So a loss here, certainly not the end of the world for the Finns, but of course you never know what might happen in a game against Australia and Spain, so at least a point here would have been nice, but seems like the Danes will hold on here. is without playing Alexander Pedersen for most of this game. They can always fall back on that, on his individual brilliance, his long-range shooting, if they need. Mogensen collects off the Finnish miss. Behind now, finding Riikusen, maybe no, goes for it himself. Riikusen shot just wide. Behrend picks it up again. Riikusen sends it back to Mogensen for a Danish reset. The Danes, on the other hand, have basically cemented their spot in the semifinals already after playing only 3 games of 4. We still have a game against Spain to go tomorrow. Shot blocked by Behrend. Oh, shot but wide. Ojala, Metikainen. Behrend pulls it out, sends it back. Positioning in this Group B, atop the Group B, may be crucial in the long term. However, in all likelihood, the winner of this game will avoid the Dutch in the semi-final. The Dutch, always the boogeyman of these tournaments, the team you want to avoid. An excellent team that's a really tough opponent. You want to postpone having to beat them for as long as possible. And I think the Danes would prefer facing either Team Switzerland or Team Italy, whoever comes out number 2 in Group A. We of course don't know yet if the Dutch will win Group A. We'll have much more certainty about that in a few hours. Coming up after this game, the crucial matchup between the defending champions of Italy and those same Dutch. That's at 11:15 after this game. The Italians will be fighting for their tournament lives. They are, of course, trying to defend their 2018 world title, world championship. And if they don't beat the Dutch, they will exit the tournament here early on. So dire straits for the Italians after they blew a 2-goal lead against Team Switzerland on the opening game on Tuesday. Would be a massive disappointment, and I think in fairness a loss for this tournament overall to see the Italians bow out at this early stage, but such is life when only 2 teams can make it through from each group, and 2 other excellent teams are in there with them, Team Switzerland and Team Netherlands.
Substitution, Team Denmark out with number 10, Nikolaj Eriksen, new on the pitch, number 28, Alexander Pedersen.
So Pedersen will be substituted back in here for the last 6 or so minutes. And the Finns will rotate as well. Purunen out in Muosu. The Danes are really adding to the atmosphere here in Stadhalle in Sursee. The Danish fans always travel well, and what amounts to 15, maybe 20 Danish fans at the top level of Stadhalle Sursee is really filling up the arena with all kinds of singing and noise and instruments and who knows what. Pedersen now on the move. He'll get it to Bieland, who easily will finish right in front of Atsu Ahonen. So once again, that Pedersen to Bieland combination proving lethal. Give these guys a tiny amount of space, and they will take advantage. Anders Bieland, of course, the active leader in international goal scoring. He's actually closing in on Björn Sarrazin, the Belgian great, who's atop the all-time leaderboard. But Anders Bieland slowly but steadily biting off chunks of Sarrazin's lead. Bieland, of course, a veteran of the game. He has been around Danish power chair hockey right from the beginning. He was on the national team. Honestly, before there even was a national team, he was touring the country trying to make friends and players of other sports realize that power chair hockey is where it's at. He was recruiting teammates all over the country. He was traveling Europe, playing on international mixed teams, and he and especially his mother, daughter Bieland, who's part of the jury now here at Sursee, has done an amazing amount of work for Danish power chair hockey. As Jesse Musu sends a shot that Ibsen barely saves. Another Finnish substitution here in the final minutes. In comes Saila Lumi instead of Jasmi Ahonen.
Substitution in Team Finland. Newly on the pitch with the number 14, Saila Lumi.
So the grand old man, he's not that old actually, but he's just been in this game for a very long time. Back when Team Denmark was finishing last in all the tournaments, losing by 10, losing 15 to the Dutch, to the Italians, to the Finns. Even back then, the Finns were an early adopter of this game as well. And slowly but steadily, this Danish program has improved step by step by step, and are now part of the inner circle of the international hockey elite. Bieland again receives the pass from Pedersen. And the Danes are just running up the score now, 7-1. Berend loses his stick. Plays on anyway. The referees will pick it up here. Mentz, shot off the post. Wusser's not done playing, even though this game is decided. Seems to be a gap in front of Ojala here. Berend now closes it, and the tenacious Christensen. Shot saved by Ibsen. Met by Pedersen, who's a little harsh, little heavy-handed in his defense there. Free ball Finland, and we'll have a Danish substitution. Mads Larsen will enter the game instead of Danny Mogensen. And referee Matti Jasovic doesn't seem able to locate his cards, so he instructs his Michael Roche, his referee partner, to hand out a green card for Anders Berend. Directly off of the tip here. Mursu, I think, scores for Finland. Excuse me, that's Ojala, Sami Ojala. Finding a crack in the Danish defense. Maybe the Danes were a bit focused on the green card handed out to Berend. That seemed Ojala saw an opening and went for it. 7-2. The Finns not giving up yet. They're still out here trying to get some points on the board. Ojala. Berend the other way, an empty net now for Finland, with Ahonen joining his Finnish teammates in the screening game, and the Finns rolling their eyes, maybe also trying out this strategy for the future. Who knows when that might come in handy. Ojala kicking himself for turning the ball over. Obviously, when you bring your goalkeeper with you into the attacking phase of the game, you cannot turn the ball over, and that was the one thing you must focus on in that situation. But I like seeing this from the Finns. It shows a certain amount of creativity and foresight as well. They have a semi-final probably coming up against one of the top teams of the tournament, and who knows if this strategy, maybe they're down, they will find themselves down by a goal or two late in the game, and they need something extra to create open shots. Ahonen, one of the all-time great goalkeepers in this game. Smart player, active in the screaming game. Normally, this is the most hyperactivity he's being brought way high. We saw this from the Germans yesterday as well. Brief moments. Shot turned away by Lumi. That could have been a two-point goal. Now though the Finns called for offsides. And Ibsen with another save to his tally here. Pedersen gets to the edge. He sends a shot way wide. And that'll end the game right here. The Danes cement their spot in the semifinals. And the Finns must go back to the drawing board. They have in all likelihood, they have a semifinal coming up as well. They'll need to find some answers to have a shot at winning that. So the players congratulating each other on a good game.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for supporting our teams.
I'll leave you with the pictures of celebrating Danes, and we will be back. Remember the great matchup between Netherlands and Italy coming up at 11:15. That's when it will be decided if Italy are to stay alive in this tournament. The Dutch then with an opportunity to eliminate one of their all-time rivals, long-time rivals, at this early stage. Until then, reminder, 11:15. I will be back with that game, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching.